We're wired for and crave connection above everything. And anything else with which we try to fill the hole in our heart is counterfeit. And it leaves us hungry and thirsty for more. And we're created with a deep desire to be intimately and wholeheartedly connected to ourselves, to God, and to others. And there's no adequate replacement for that. Early on in our lives, though, we experience pain and disappointment. And that results in us disconnecting from parts of ourselves and from the heart of God and from authentic connection with others because we believe the lie that we can't trust. That vulnerable trust in anything else other than ourselves will leave us in more pain and disappointment. And unaware of that disconnection, we transition into living in survival mode, believing that we're on our own to create life, happiness, and security for ourselves, and that we have to struggle and strive to do enough, to have enough, to be enough. And that becomes a miserable prison of existence. And as a result, we find ourselves having to compete with others to try to prove our worth and our value, to get what we can for ourselves. We fall prey to constantly comparing our own perceived inadequacies and lack with the glorified strengths and accomplishments of others, of all the other people that we admire or that we compare ourselves to. And once we're entrenched in this vicious cycle that we live in constant discontentment, turmoil, and frustration, interrupted here and there by mere gratification in some of our small little wins. Yet those highs quickly fade as soon as someone emerges who appears to have more or to have done it a little bit better. Yeah, I lived in this prison for most of my life, and what a miserable and frustrating existence it was. Until I finally listened to the true yearning of my heart for real and deep connection with myself, with God, and with other people. I began to realize that what I craved more than anything else that I thought I wanted was to feel like I matter and that I'm enough just for who I am and that I'm seen and I'm known and I'm loved and chosen just because I'm me. And I began to do inner work and that inner work that I did through counseling and coaching, I realized that it was available to me, that what I really was seeking inside, that deep inner peace and fulfillment, was available, and it was waiting for me to open and to receive it. Yet the walls that I had constructed to protect me and to protect the former self, the performer self that I had empowered inside of me, were fervently blocking me from opening to that. And to experience that authentic connection that I craved, I knew those walls had to come down and my performance mentality had to be dismantled. Now, hear me when I say this. We can't compete and compare and ever expect to truly connect with anyone. They oppose each other. Continuing to fortify the walls in your heart and enabling your performer self to compete and compare is robbing you blind. And you too can have the deep, authentic connection that you are craving if you'll decide to once and for all do that inner work that you need to do to dismantle your own walls and your own performer self inside. But you gotta stop battling against who you're created to be. And stop rejecting the incredible story that God's writing in your life. There's so much more. You were made to feel seen, known, loved, and you deserve to know that you matter for exactly who you are outside of what you have, outside of how much you achieve, without comparison to anybody else. And the moments of deep connection that you have with your own heart and with the heart of God and with those that you love are the most valuable, most meaningful, and beautiful moments in life. They matter most. So we've got to decide we're going to quit sacrificing those beautiful moments, the ones that matter the most, for some counterfeit outcome, for some achievement, or some image that always leaves us jonesing for more. You are enough.